Don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do it so that you don't miss any of my videos. So without any delay, let's get started. And today, we are gonna build the Google Maps clone, Hello Maps. So we would call our Google Maps clone Hello Maps, and there's a ton of functionality in it, but we would be able to build it in just a short period of time. So let's get started. Dad! So here we have our real Google Maps that we are gonna build. We can zoom in, zoom out with the cursor, mouse cursor. Then we can zoom in and zoom out with these over here. We can move around, okay, and then when we press this compass sign, it would go back to its original position. Then what we can do, we can change the view of the map. We can do the satellite, so the satellite view would come. We could do the street view, so the street view would come. We could do the dark mode, so the dark view would come, and then we could do the light mode and the light view would come. Now I'm using the street view because street view is the best. So now what we can do is we could choose a starting place, so from where the person wants to go. So I am in New Delhi Shantiniketan. So I would enter that starting place, Shantiniketan, New Delhi, right? So I'm over here, okay, and now I need to go to maybe the airport. So the Delhi airport. So where is the Indira Gandhi? Yeah. So if I add Indira Gandhi airport in it, Indira Gandhi International Airport. So basically I'm going on a holiday. For example, I'm going on a holiday and I need to know the route from Shantiniketan, where I live, till Indira Gandhi International Airport. So I just need to enter those locations. It would show us a route, the whole route. It would show us the route, full route. So if I zoom out a bit, so it is showing us the whole route, plus it is showing us all the directions. So it is showing us all the directions also. Then we could select our transport mode. So are we going from car, are we walking, are we cycling, or we are using the traffic route. So the traffic route takes 20 minutes. The driving route, that is the shortest route, it would show why right now it is showing 22 minutes, okay, and walking, it would take it is 6.14 miles and it would take 1 hour 56 minutes, and it is showing all the directions. Then we have cycling, and it is 1 hour 1 minute, and it is also showing all the directions. Okay, so today we are gonna build this in just a short period of time using Mapbox. So Mapbox is very useful, and we are gonna use Mapbox. Using Mapbox, all this map app would come, this would come, this part would come, and this part would come. Okay, so let's start building this ultimate thing. So if I run our new project, I have already created a new project over here. If I open it, there's just there's an empty string. I have added a fav icon. I have added a title. Okay, I have added a fav icon. I have added a title. I have linked the style sheet, and I have external JS. My fav icon is this file over here. So this is only coming over here. Okay, I'm adding that fav icon using this, and we are gonna call our Google Maps clone Hello Maps. So let's get started now. So first I would go into my account, okay, and it is just loading. And basically the first step is, I'll just put this like this. Yeah, so the first step is like to add the map. How can we add the map? So like over here it is telling us what map we need to add. We need to add the web map because our app is on the web, so we need to add the web map. So let's go here. So we are gonna use the CDN because like it is less time consuming and yeah, it would be faster. That's why we are gonna use CDN. So it is saying us to include these GLGS files. So we need to include these files. So I'm just copying these and then over here, like over here, I'm pasting these. So I'll just indent them properly. So one of them is a style sheet and one of them is the main script. Okay, so we have included these files. Okay, so the next step is add the map. So we are just copy pasting this. This would be a very basic map, but we are gonna change it. Okay, so I've just copied it and I'll paste it over here. So here we have a div, here we have a script. Basically I don't want the script, so I'll just remove the script tag because I have an external script, and I would just copy this code and put it in my external script. Okay, so then we like I'll just indent this properly, maybe, yeah, and then indent properly. Okay, so here we have a I'll just explain the code very quick. There's a Mapbox GL object that is coming from one of the files that we imported. Okay, and we are doing a dot access token. So like we need, this is a very compulsory step because like using this only you could work with Mapbox. If you don't give the access token anything, like then it will not work. You can't work with Mapbox. For example, like right now if we see, our map would load, like our map is loading, but if I like give some wrong key, then see, our map doesn't load. Only this Mapbox logo and nothing else comes. It is showing us error unauthorized, you may provide invalid Mapbox access. Okay, and blah blah blah, error is coming. So you see there's an error, so we need to give a correct key. And no need to worry, if you copy this key down, there's no use because after this video ends, I'm gonna change my key. Okay, so now after that we are creating a variable map. In this we are creating a new Mapbox GL map. So we are basically creating a new map. Its container is map, so we would give in container whatever ID of the div we set in which we want to display the map. Okay, and then we can give the style, so like which type of map we want. So in default we want the street view map. When we load the app, we want the street view map. That's why we are giving this street view map link. Okay, so now if we see our site, so a map is coming. Okay, but first of all I want this on the whole screen. So let's make this full screen map. So for that I would do hashtag map. Its height is 100 view height and its width is 100 view width. Okay, its height is 100 view height and its width is 100 view width, and that's all we need to do. Okay, it's not safe, that means. Oh, yeah, I remember. There are some hard-coded styles over here, so we would just remove them and then it will work. Yeah, so it is coming. But you see there's a scroll over here. So we need to remove this scroll. This is because the body has some default margin. So I'm just gonna do body and like just remove the margin. So I'm just gonna do margin 0. It's now working. There's no scroll, there's no horizontal scroll, and there's no vertical scroll. Okay, so we have this. So now what do we need to do now? Look, this app, in this we have just loaded a map, okay, that we can zoom in, zoom out with the cursor. But what do we need to do now? What we need to do now is, like, if I reload this app, you would see the map is starting from like about from the middle of the ocean, like from Africa, like basically it is the middle of the ocean, and that doesn't make sense. That literally doesn't make sense. The map should start basically from the person where the person is currently. Okay, so where the person is currently sitting or walking or wherever. Okay, so it should start from there. Like I am sitting in India right now, so the map should start on India. Okay, but it is starting from the middle of the ocean, and that doesn't make sense. So let's do that. For this we would need to use the geolocation API. Okay, the browser's geolocation API. So what I would do, I would do navigator dot geolocation dot get current position it's navigator, not navigation. Navigator dot geolocation dot get current position, and in this when there's success we would call the success function. Okay, when there's an error we would call the error function, and when we would give something additional, so we would give enable high accuracy, so and we would give true. So this is just optional, but I want high accuracy in finding the current location, so I'm giving enable high accuracy true. Okay, and then I'm closing the line. So what would happen is the accuracy of user's position would be like high, and then when there's success, that means when it like if the user does not block to access his location, or like uh, or like basically it was able to find the user's location, then it would call this success function, else it would call this error function. So let's define these two functions. So function success, and like in this we get a position. So when there's success, in the success function we get a position. Okay, and in this I'll just console.log my position. Okay, just for now, and now I would declare a function error. So whenever error occurs, it would do nothing. Okay, so for now it would do nothing. So but over here in this now we would see it is not start, it would start from the middle of the ocean only. But if we see our over here developer tools, and like and go to the console, you would say here there's a geolocation position object. In this I go and we find chords, and in the coordinates we have latitude and a longitude. Okay, so we have the latitude and the longitude, and accuracy is 49, altitude null, altitude accuracy null, heading null, latitude is 28 point something, longitude is 77 point something, speed is null, and all of this. So we get all of this using the position object. That means it goes in the success function. Now what do we need to do in the success function? In the success function, if we would just like call a setup function, and what this would do, it would create a map for us. So in function we are gonna create a function setup, and it would ask for two arguments. One is the center argument means from where it should start, and then the second is the style, so what style the map should be. Okay, now I'll just move this map thingy above over here. Okay, and I would just do over here in this, I would do style is first of all I would pass this function is as center, I would pass it position dot chords dot longitude. So basically before every time you must have seen latitude comes before longitude, but Mapbox is a bit different. Longitude comes before latitude. Okay, so what we are doing, we are passing it an array in center, and we are passing it first in that array the longitude value, chords dot longitude, and then the position dot chords dot latitude value. Okay, so our center has gone, latitude. Okay, so we have given it a center, and the style should be like our street view. In this it is requesting for two, center and style. Style would be equal to style, center is equal to center, whatever we pass center is the location from where the map should start, and then we have zoom, and I'm keeping the zoom 15. You could fiddle around with zoom because zoom is very good. Okay, you could fiddle around with it, and you could choose whatever suits to you. Now if I reload this page, you see yeah, so the map is loading. Yeah, so it is very accurate. This is only my location. So you see how it is starting from, not from the middle of this ocean, but starting from a current location. This is a good thing. Okay, so now we would go for error. For instance, we block our location, and now reload this. Look, nothing comes. Basically, why nothing comes? Look, the setup function is creating our map. The setup function we are only calling in success, when there is success. But now there was an error. It was not able to find a location. And when it called error, there was nothing in error, so that's why it didn't show anything. So to show error, to show a map also, what we have to do, we would do setup. We are gonna do setup, and in this we are gonna give default, like default from where it should start. Okay, if like it does not find the position, so we are gonna give 77 and comma 28. Okay, so we are gonna give 77 and 28. Okay, so basically more or less, no, it is not an accurate location, but it is a location of my, like, my place only. Okay, so and then the style would also be street view. The style would also be street view. Now if I see this, though an error is coming, it would start from 77 longitude and 28 latitude. So so this is it. Like, it was not an accurate location of my house. It is not accurate at all. I don't know where it has started from. Where is it? Oh, it was in India only, but it was in New Delhi only. Okay, it was somewhere over here. Like, I'll just read over it. Somewhere in this street, right? Somewhere over here. Okay, so I just gave a default place from where it should start. Now what we need to do to make this more Google Map like, we need to add like a zoom in button, a zoom out button, and like a compass button through which the user can do multiple tasks. Instead of using the mouse or his fingers, he could just press the zoom in button or the zoom out button. Okay, so to do that, we are just going to go over here, and what we are gonna do, we are gonna go on this documentation. It's documentation. Okay, and then we are gonna go over here in Mapbox Real.js. Okay, so now what we need to do, what do we basically want? We want those navigation buttons. So there must be something like navigation, something like navigation, something, there was something. Just check it out. I don't remember its name. What was it? So it was something. Just inspect my real app. Okay, more tools, developer tools. I really don't remember it. Okay. Sources, in the sources, I would just check my script. What was it? What was it? I'm not able to see it. Navigation control. Okay. Let's read its documentation. Navigation control. Yeah, here it is. So we are on the navigation control now. So we can add these three things with this. Okay. So let's look at these. So basically, there is no CDN for this. There's just one line. One line? Wow. Just you need to give one line and our navigation will come. So if, I'm just guessing, if I give this over here, that means our navigation will come. Let's check it out. Wow! So easy. It can't be more easier, guys. It can't be easier. It is so easy. Nowadays, things are so easy. Just you need to add a control, new Mapbox GL navigation control or function class. I don't know what, like navigation control, and it would add these three things, three awesome things. If I press plus, it would zoom in. Minus, it would zoom out. And I could rotate, I could rotate very fast, very fast. And when I press this once again, it would go back. Good guys, we are going good. But you see, a thing like Google Maps nowadays, basically nobody is like using it because mm, basically they are not going out of their homes, right? They're not going out of their homes because of this pandemic. But you see, a app like Google Maps, it is such a easy thing to build using Mapbox basically. Map All credit to Mapbox. Mapbox makes this so easy. So now what we have to do, we have to add in this if the direction thingy, the modes thingy, and this from where to where we have to go. So to do that, I'm just going to plugins. So the plugins over here, and there must be, yeah. So here it is, the Mapbox GL directions plugins. So it would show us how to add this. So yeah, and first of all, we need to add these both CDNs. So I'll just copy this and then paste this in our head over here in the head tag. So okay, so we have added these. Now we would just need to copy this add control thing. We are adding basically another control, right? And just go in script.js and paste it. Just I'm gonna make this look better by giving it proper spacing. So basically what we are doing, we are adding a control, a new Mapbox directions that is coming from one of these directions CDNs that we have just added, and in that we are accessing token, whatever Mapbox gl.access token we gave over here. Okay, and then we are adding it on the top left, and then we are just closing it. As simple as that. So if we check this out now, yes, we did it, guys. We did it. Not till now, but look. If I do the starting place now from like Shanti Niketan, New Delhi, Shanti Niketan, New Delhi, Niketan, New Delhi. So from here till basically we give, let's give till Safdarjung. Okay, Safdarjung. Safdarjung. Okay, something like this. So it is a 12-minute ride, and it is showing us the route that we wanted to show. It is showing the traffic route. It is about 4.1 miles, and we would reach it in 12 minutes in traffic route. While driving, it is the same route but 13 minutes. Walking, it is showing 3.52 miles, and we would take 1 hour and 6 minutes. And cycling, it is showing 4.32 miles in like we would reach there in 31 minutes. So this is the functionality. This is what we wanted. This is the best functionality I've ever seen. Okay, so we have added quite a lot of functionality of Google Maps. Now we need to add that switcher, so the style switcher. So let's add that. Sadly there's no CDN file and all these add control thingy for that, so we can't use this for that. We would have to use plain HTML to do that ourselves. No worries, we can write some code ourselves also, right? So I'm just gonna make a div, giving it the ID of container. So container, and I'll just add like nonsense text in it just to see where it is coming. So now we see that there's a scroll and this is going outside and everything is not so pleasing. Now, after all this excitement, everything is not so pleasing. So we could style this up. What we are gonna do is, like, we are giving hard-coded styles now. We are styling this. Basically, we want the position of this to be absolute. Okay, and then what we want is the top should be 80%. Top should be 80%. Percent, and left should be about 5 pixels. Let's see this. Yeah, so it is now coming fine, fit and fine, but this is just off. So about 10 pixels. I just want it in a straight line. Yeah, it's fine. Now it's in a line. Okay, now instead of this text, I'm just removing this text. We are gonna have buttons. So we are gonna have buttons, and I'm gonna give it the class of button. So the class is button, and whenever the button would be clicked, what we are gonna do, we are gonna call setup. So we are gonna call setup, and in setup what we are gonna pass, I didn't tell you before, but now we have to do this for this to work. We need to create a variable save before. You could name this like a variable for HTML. Okay, and in this for HTML variable we have an empty array. And now what we are doing in success, we are gonna set for HTML to this coordinates. Why? Basically, whenever the user presses a button, what we are gonna do, we are gonna create a new map. Okay, if we are gonna create a new map, it needs the center of it. Okay, and we can't just like give the center anything random. We want the user's current position to be the center, but HTML can't access this position.coords.longitude and position.coords.latitude, but it can access the variables of JavaScript. So what I have done is that I have created a for HTML variable, and in that I would have the coordinates. Okay, and whenever first time it loads, it would go in error or it would go in success, and in both of them it would set for HTML to the hard-coded error thingy if there is an error, or it would set it to the success thingy, so the current position. And now basically in for HTML we have our current position in longitude and latitude, and now we could just pass it for HTML. Okay, and the style of this would be, the style now would change. The style would not be this, but I'm just copying it just for quicker thing and pasting it. I'll just move this over here. So it would be V9, and it would not be a streets view, it would be a satellite view. And the button is closed and its text is satellite. Okay, so like this we have to create 3 more buttons. One is for satellite that we have just created, another is for street to go back to the street view, The third one is for the dark view, for the dark mode, and then for the light mode. Okay, so we are gonna create 4 more such buttons. See, come on. We and class is button. Setup location is for HTML, but now it would be streets. The streets view, and it would be view 11. Okay, and the name of this would be streets. Street. Okay. Then we have our dark view. So the dark, we would just give dark over here because this is the name of that color, and then yeah, and then we are gonna give dark over here, and then finally we have a light view. A light view, and over here we are gonna write light. Okay, so now if we see, they are gonna work. Look, here we have a satellite, street, dark, and light. If oh, what? Why is the location off? Yeah, now it's right. So if I press satellite, the satellite view comes. Look guys, so beautiful. This is so beautiful. If I select the street view, it moves to the street view. If I select dark, it would go to the dark view. And if I select light, it would go to the light view. This is so cool. This is literally so cool. Man, so good, so good. Okay, so basically what we need to do is now we need to style these buttons. These are looking quite ugly for our app, so I'm just gonna style them dot button. So we gave them the class of button, every of these buttons, and then we are doing dot button, and then we are styling these buttons. We are gonna give width equals to 75 pixels, height I'm gonna give 32 pixels, and yeah, background color I'm gonna give gray because gray looks very good on this, gray. And yeah, border radius I'm gonna give border radius of 99 pixels, so like if there's some curve in it. And then finally border none. The border should not appear, but the radius should be 99 pixels. So if I reload this now, look at this. Look at this fully functional Google Maps app using just a few lines of code, consuming just a few lines of code. It is only 31 lines of code, and we have created a Google Maps clone. This is so cool, guys. It is with full functionality, no errors. This is very good. I think after this create, we all are gonna use this app only, but our app, right? We are not gonna use Google Maps. We are using our app that we have created. So this was a very cool build, the Google Maps clone. Thank you guys. If you like this clone, don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do it so that you don't miss any of my videos like these. Thank you guys. Bye. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep watching my videos. Dab!